Fouls that one back. Still 2-2. Top half of the first inning. Final game of this series. Phillies move from here to Florida to take on the expansion Marlins. A 3-game series in Florida. Slices a foul down the third base side. Still 2-2 to Morandini. Pitching matchups for the Florida series: Ben Rivera against the knuckleballer Charlie Huff, Tommy Green and Jack Armstrong, and perhaps Terry Mulholland, if he's okay, against Chris Hammond. Mulholland might miss a turn. Morandini making Smoltz throw a lot of pitches here. It's still 2-2.
I think he's not quite catching up with the fastball, and he's kind of smothering the slider, a little slider curve that Smoltz is throwing.
2 balls and 2 strikes to Mickey. Close. Full count. Three balls and 2 strikes. And Morandini fouls off the fastball. It's still 3-2. Smoltz has had to throw a lot of pitches to Mickey Morandini. Full count to Morandini. He pulls the ball. That'll get the runner up to third base. Morandini is thrown out, but he moves Dykstra to third, where with 1 out, it'll bring on John Kruk. Kruk batting at .351. He is 7th in the league in hitting. 26 runs ties him for 4th in the league in that department. 2nd in on-base percentage, behind only Barry Bonds, and 8th in slugging percentage. Lifetime, he's not been a good hitter against Smoltz. .172 his average against Smoltz with a home run.
Left side of the infield is up.
They're staggering the infield. Right side back. Swing and a base hit to right field. Dykstra scores. Bills jump to a 1-0 lead here in the first. An RBI single by the Crucker. Unbatted in, number 20 for Kruk. It'll bring up Dave Hollins.
Really jumped on a high fastball and smoked it. It's not a Spalding guide swing sometimes by Kruk. His swing is all right. He kind of has a strange approach to it, but he winds up with a pretty level swing all the time.
Dave Hollins hitting at .282, batting .377 right-handed, .218 left-handed. Smoltz falls behind him, 2-0. Smoltz last year, 115, lost 12. Led the league in strikeouts with 215 of them. Fastball over, 2-1 to Dave Hollins. Missed the good fastball. 2-2. Full count. Smoltz has thrown a lot of pitches here in the first inning. Aaron Dalton waiting on deck.
Puck will go.
Oh, no, this is a strikeout pitcher. He does go, and it's fouled back and out of play. Still 3-2 to Dave Hollins. Ball 4. He walked him, and the Phillies with 2 men on base and 1 out for Darren Dalton. Bobby Cox, Braves manager, looking on. Smoltz off to a little bit of a shaky start. Terry Pendleton in to talk to him. Dalton batting at .250, tied for second in the league in home runs with 9, tied for 6th in the league in RBIs with 28, tied for the league lead in walks with 33. Dalton went his first 19 career at bats against Smoltz without a hit, then homered off him. Takes a breaking ball for a strike. Last year he was 3 for 5 off him with 2 home runs. One strike to Darren Dalton. One after the high fastball, and he's in the hole, 0-2. Balls and 2 strikes to Dalton. He's 7th in the league in on-base percentage and in slugging percentage. 1-2. Goes down swinging. That's out number 2, and that'll bring up Jim Eisenreich.
An off-speed pitch. I think that's his split finger. You see something off the ball. Had a little movement on it.
Eisenreich is batting at .368. He's been hot lately. 13 for his last 25. John Kruk at second, he's singled. Dave Hollins at first, he walked. 2 outs. Phil's on the board, leading 1-0 here in the first. Breaking ball, and the plate umpire, Ed Rapuano, says he committed. 1 strike to Eisenreich. Breaking ball. Called strike, 0-2. Another breaking ball hit to the shortstop Blauser. Blauser to Lemke for a force on Hollins, and that will retire the side. Bills score a first-inning run on 2 hits, no errors with 2 left. For 1/2, Bills 1, Braves coming to bat.
Do you want your car done right?
If you want your car done right, it has to be done by the right people.
We take care of our customers. We do the job right.
Quality all the way.
Experience counts.
The customer comes first.
Satisfaction guaranteed.
We're only as good as our people. That's why Jiffy Lube is America's favorite oil change.
We got experience at Jiffy Lube.
We know how to help you save on Dodge Caravan during the National Minivan Sale. Take this one. You can get over $1,800 in total savings, including air and no extra charge with the Family Value Package. Or check out this loaded Grand Caravan LE with $2,600 in total savings, including sale prices on some of our most popular luxury options. Only at the Minivan Store. See your nearest Dodge dealer. We know how to help.
It's a really big and colorful beach towel, free for kids 14 and under. Courtesy of Mellon PSFS, Sunday, June 6th at 1:35 when the Phillies play the all-new Colorado Rockies. Reserve your tickets in advance. Call 463-1000.
Bobby Cox's lineup this afternoon has Otis Nixon, center fielder, leading off. Jeff Blauser, shortstop, at second. Terry Pendleton, third base, hitting third. Ron Gannon, left field, batting fourth. Francisco Cabrera, the first baseman, hits fifth. Greg Olson catching, batting sixth. Mark Lemke at second base, hits seventh. Tony Tarasco is in right field. He'll bat eighth, and batting ninth and pitching John Smoltz. They're facing Danny Jackson.
Jackson, 3 wins and a loss, 3.94 ERA. This is his 8th start. Phillies are 6-1, 6 wins and 1 loss in his start. So if he hasn't been winning them, the team has. His last start against the Pirates was his best start so far this season. He went 8 innings.
Otis Nixon will be the first one to face him. Nixon batting at .243. Switch hitter, batting better right than left. .317 right-handed, .212 left-handed. It's been a good hitter against Danny Jackson. .353 his lifetime average against Jackson. Bouncing ball to shortstop. Mariano Duncan throws out Otis Nixon. 1 out on 1 pitch. And it'll bring up Jeff Blauser. Blauser's the 6th leading hitter in the league, batting at .359. Leads the league in hits with 52. And lifetime a good hitter against Danny Jackson. .381 his career average against Jackson, including a homer. A little bit wide for a ball, 1-0. He fouls it back and into our radio booth.
Wheeler really bailed.
Big time. Big time bailage. Missing with a changeup, 2-1.
Star shortstop at Marple Newtown. He would have just picked that ball right out of the air.
Just missing. 3 balls and a strike. Over for a strike. It's a full count. Lost him. So Blauser is a 1-out base runner, and the batter will be Terry Pendleton. Pendleton 6 for 9 in this series. When the Phillies came in, he was under the Mendoza line, hitting at .212 now. Jeff Blauser, first base, 1 out. We're in the bottom of the first. Phil's lead 1-0. One strike to Pendleton. Pendleton looks down at Jimmy Williams as third base coach. Pat Corrales coaches at first for Bobby Cox. Line drive center field. Dykstra there makes the grab. Pendleton's out, 2 down. It'll bring up Ron Gant.
Pendleton has a pretty good stroke going for him right now. He smoked that ball. It looked like Dykstra was limping just a little bit going after the ball, so he's probably not at 100%, injuring his leg on that first inning double.
Gant batting .242. He has 7 homers. He's knocked in 21. Good catch by Dalton. 1 ball and no strikes. Dalton been a horse behind that plate. Caught every inning of every game except 1. Gant lifetime against Danny Jackson is a career .200 hitter. He has hit 2 home runs off him. Home run distance, but foul by about 25, 30 feet. One ball and 1 strike.
That's where he likes him, those high pitches. He just tomahawks them. Strong guy. This ball was up and in, and exactly where he liked to hit the pitch.
Ball and a strike to Ron Gant. Tried to keep it away from him this time and missed. It's 2-1.
Not getting that pitch out there. He's borderline with it. Sometimes you get him, sometimes you don't.
Again, a little bit wide. 3-1. Francisco Cabrera waits on deck. That found the outside corner. It's a full count. Blauser will be moving on the pitch with 2 outs. Way low and inside, he walked it. So 2 walks in the inning surrendered by Jackson. Braves with 2 men on base and 2 outs for Francisco Cabrera. John Vukovich, pitching coach Johnny Padres in the Phillies dugout.
One of Jackson's best pitches is the hard stuff, fastball or slider, inside and down though, and he's missed on 2 of those on 3-2 counts.
Cabrera batting at .250. 1 ball and no strikes. Just a little bit wide. 2-0. Danny Jackson kind of digging a hole for himself here in the first with his control. High fly ball right field will be easy for Eisenreich. That'll retire the side. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 2 left at the end of 1-0 Phils.
I work Saturdays and Sundays. It's not a job. It's a dedication. I don't think you can teach someone to tune. You just got to practice until it's natural, just like breathing. There seems something mystic about it. So much beauty comes out of music.
Mellon PSFS, you're why we do our very best.
Make a note to make history when the Colorado Rockies come to town for the first time. Friday, June 4th, Saturday, June 5th, and get a big beach towel free 1:35 Sunday afternoon, June 6th. Then it's the Astros, June 7th, 8th, and 9th. Order your tickets in advance. Call 463-1000.
Introducing KFC hickory-flavored wings. Tender fried wing pieces brushed with a hickory mesquite-flavored sauce. A taste enjoyed by great outdoorsmen. And not so great.
Here's a great deal from KFC. For just $9.99, get 8 hickory wings, 4 pieces of original recipe, and 4 pieces of extra tasty crispy chicken. The KFC Variety Bucket, just $9.99, right now at KFC.
We are KFC. We do chicken right.
After 1 inning of play, it's the Phils 1 and the Atlanta Braves nothing. The Phillies' first visit to Joe Robbie Stadium can be seen right here on PHL 17 tomorrow and Tuesday nights at 7:30 when the Phils meet the expansion Florida Marlins. Milt Thompson will lead it off for the Phillies here in the second. 1-0 Phils. Another big crowd on hand here at Fulton County Stadium. Doesn't appear to be quite a sellout, but close.
Bill Knox Jr. in Morrisville, PA, 67 today. We want to send our best along to Stanley Massel, recuperating in Einstein Northern from open heart surgery, and Charlie Schaefer in Coopersburg, PA, 60 today.
Milt Thompson batting at .235. Smoltz misses with a fastball. 1 ball and no strikes. T-balls and no strikes. Three and nothing. Smoltz coming into this game 5th in the league in strikeouts with 42. He walked 24. Got that one over. 3-1. Thompson fouls it back. It's a full count to Milt Thompson. Another foul out of play. Still 3-2 to Milt Thompson. Laid off the high pitch and he walked him. It's the second walk given up by Smoltz, who averages close to 4 walks per 9. And the batter will be Mariano Duncan. Duncan hitting at .213. He's not been a good lifetime hitter against Smoltz. 1 out of 11. That Jack Llewellyn. Smoltz, sports psychologist, credited with really turning Smoltz around a couple of years ago. There's a fair ball past Pendleton down the left field line. Thompson on his way to third. Duncan heading for second. A double for Mariano Duncan, and the Phillies have runners at second and third and nobody out. Mariano Duncan hauling an 0 for 10 with that 2-base hit.
When Duncan swings at strikes, his hitting average goes up. That might not have even been a strike, might have been high. But when he swings at strikes, his hitting goes up about 200 points.
Danny Jackson, the batter, with a chance to help himself. He's hitting at 143.
The infield is back. It's a little bit of a surprise on Jackson. I could see why they would leave him back on another hitter.
One strike to Danny Jackson. Phil's runners second and third, nobody out. Phil's lead 1-0. We're in the second. Breaking ball called strike 2. No balls and 2 strikes to Jackson. Him out. Second strikeout for Smoltz. One down here in the second. It'll bring up Lenny Dykstra. He doubled his first time up. Dykstra's limping noticeably as he walks toward home plate after stumbling rounding second on his leadoff double. They'll keep the infield back for Dykstra.
Corners are up. Pendleton and Cabrera. Surprised Cabrera's up, but
breaking ball missing. 1 ball and no strikes to Lenny Dykstra.
He's in a bad zone there with something flying around, it looks like.
Missing the breaking ball. 1-1. Dykstra, a key hitter here. The Phillies need to get one across anyhow in this inning with second and third and no outs.
It's his curveball, and Lenny was swinging fastball. Wasn't really a great curve. It was kind of a hanger, but it was the speed that fooled Dykstra.
Fastball slice foul down the third base side. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Lenny Dykstra. Phil's lead 1-0. Philly runners second and third with 1 out here in the second. Got a piece of it. Still a ball and 2 strikes. The Braves in the outfield play Dykstra well around to the opposite field. Gant fairly shallow and left. Carrasco and right playing more honestly.
Carrasco has a good arm.
Gant has a strong arm, albeit erratic. Nixon does not throw well in the center. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Drops a foul down the first base side. Dykstra stays alive at 2-2. Montreal will be moving in here to Fulton County Stadium next. The Phillies go from here to Florida. Still 2-2.
And he was fooled on that slider. That's more a curve than a slider because he takes a lot off the pitch.
Two balls and 2 strikes to Dykstra. Philly runners second and third and 1 out here in the second. Struck him out. That's a big strikeout for Smoltz. 3rd strikeout for him. Out number 2 in the inning, and it brings on Mickey Morandini.
Really wasn't a good pitch. I guess you'd have to say it was because he struck him out. But it was a high breaking ball. Out over the plate. It was a ball.
Morandini grounded out his first time up. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Phillies and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form without the express written consent of the Phillies. Ball and no strikes to Mickey Morandini. Fouls it out of play down the left field side. 1-1. They play Morandini way around to the opposite field. There's a tremendous gap between Otis Nixon and Tony Tarasco in the outfield. Look at that gap. A line drive over his second. Mickey could run all day. This is the good curveball. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Going after a lot of bad pitches in this inning.
Blocked by Olsen. 2-2. Two balls and 2 strikes to Morandini. I think he's had decent success against Smoltz. 3 for 10 lifetime. Breaking ball is low. It's a full count.
Tried to get him to go after another low curve, and wouldn't be surprised to see him throw another low curve with a base open here.
You know what, you got Kruk on deck. I think he wants to go right after Morandini.
Well, yeah, you'd think so. But you never know about pitchers. They're a different breed. He's thinking strikeout.
I'll bet this is a fastball. It is. Called 3rd strike. So Smoltz pitches his way out of a 2nd and 3rd no-out jam by striking out the side. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 2 left. We go to the bottom of the 2nd, 1-0 Phil.
Catch history in the making as John Kruk and the Phillies invade the Sunshine State for their very first ever showdown with Benito Santiago and the expansion Florida Marlins. The Marlins are the new fish on the block and eager to make a splash. But Darren Dalton and the Fightin' Phils want to make these fish flounder. Catch all the action as the Phils reel in the Marlins Monday and Tuesday at 7:30 only on PHL 17.
We play the Phillies on 17.
Phils Marlins Monday at 7:30.
The metal cylinder is secured and turned in a counterclockwise motion, causing the internal railing to rise and disengage. It's easy to make something as simple as opening a jar complex. The challenge is making the complex simple. But that's what we do at Bell Atlantic Mobile. We take cutting-edge technology and place it comfortably in your hands. Bell Atlantic Mobile. Advanced technology and people who make it mean something.
Iron Mike on rust.
I hate rust.
Iron Mike on tough.
This is tough. Rust tough. This is rust. Oleum? The dictionary defines tough as strong, not easily influenced, like me. The definition of oleum is, we sprayed this rusty metal plate with fast-drying rust tough, exposed the rusted metal, then placed it in the torture salt fog chamber. The rust didn't spread, it stayed tough. You want tough? What do you want? Oleum. Got rust? Get tough. Rust tough.
You know, when it comes to protecting against friction, nothing beats Quaker State. When it comes to keeping engines clean, nothing beats Quaker State. When it comes to protecting against viscosity breakdown, nothing beats Quaker State. It's one tough motor oil.
Friday night is instant vacation night at Veterans Stadium. The Phils in Montreal. Pack your bags and be ready to leave on the spot to one of many exciting locations like Tampa, Fort Lauderdale, Orlando, Atlanta, and Boston. Trips are compliments of Rosenbluth International, guest quarters in U.S. Air. No purchase necessary to win. Just report to the stadium truck ramp between gates G and H beginning at 6. Trips for 2. You must be 18 years of age or older. That's instant vacation night this Friday against Montreal. For information, call 463-1000. Greg Olson leads it off. Olson hitting at 200 right on the nose. Lofts a high foul down the right field side. It'll go out of play. 1 ball and 1 strike to Olson. Phil's lead 1-0. Ground ball. That'll be a base hit to left field. So Olson gets the Braves' first hit, a ground single to left. It'll bring up Mark Lemke.
Mark Olson chopped down on a high pitch and nice slider. Let her high, got it in the hole.
Lemke batting at 275. He's hit a lot better right-handed than left. 394 right-handed, 224 left-handed. In the gap and left center. It gets by Dykstra all the way back to the fence. Olson's going to score, and Lemke at third with a triple. And it's now a 1-1 ball game. With the tail end of the order, Dykstra probably should have just played that into a hit instead of trying for the diving effort.
Yeah, because Olson was stopping at second base. And Liddy didn't really come close to catching it, but the center fielder, if he thinks he can get it, he's gonna go. And he's about a foot away from catching that ball.
It's Lemke's first ever hit off Danny Jackson. He was 0 for 11 prior to that triple, and the batter is Tony Tarasco. Tarasco called up from Richmond. He's 2 for 11 since coming up. He was hitting .303 at Richmond. Called him up when Brian Hunter was DL'd. Hunter is almost ready to come back. He loops it into left. Thompson makes the catch. Here comes Lemke, and he will be out at home plate. What a great block of the plate by Darren Dalton. Great tag by Dalton and block of the plate for out number 2.
Milt's throw, you know, it wasn't a Willie Mays throw, but it wasn't bad. Took the one bounce. Yeah, he just...
It's a roadblock.
Just put that leg out there and stopped the slide. That's dangerous. That's how catchers get hurt once in a while. Lemke never got to the bag.
John Smoltz is sitting at 294. 2 outs now and no base runners. We are tied at 1-1. 2 balls and no strikes to Smoltz. Nothing.
That's Dalton's leg stopped Lemke's feet from getting to the bag. They just stopped him and turned him.
3 balls and 1 strike to John Smoltz. Ground ball up the middle. Morandini's going to have to hurry. Just got him on a bang play to retire the side. Braves tie with a run in the inning on 2 hits, no errors, none left. After 2, we're tied at 1-1.
Seeing is believing. There's laughter coming through. You touch us, we'll touch you. It happens every day. Come watch us take your breath away. No wonder there's such wonder in their eyes.
Come make contact with another world. SeaWorld.
When my doctor said to start exercising, I knew I wasn't 25 anymore. That's when I called Bill, my nationwide insurance agent.
Jim had some questions, so we did a nationwide care review. We talked about his financial plan, life insurance, disability coverage, even retirement.
And we covered everything.
It turns out Jim was okay just the way he was.
Insurance-wise, right?
Oh, right.
The care review from Nationwide. Because things change.
Nationwide is on your side.
She's an assistant bank manager, a real go-getter. But tonight, she's Sally Camp, pizza delivery girl. You see, Sally thinks she has to drive to get great pizza. It's like she's working for the local pizzeria. Come on, Sally. Wake up and smell the mozzarella. Call Pizza Hut Delivery for delicious piping hot pizza. And right now, get a large Neapolitan pizza for $6.99 or 2 for $10.99. Hey, Sal, get off the road and phone it in. Why pick up? Pizza Hut delivers. Friday, May 21st at 7:35, the Phillies play the Montreal Expos, and you can win an instant vacation. Compliments of Rosenbluth Travel and guest quarters, no purchase necessary. For more information and to reserve your tickets, call 463-1000.
Our trivia question of the afternoon: can you name the 3 Braves who have had 30-30 seasons? 30 or more homers, 30 or more stolen bases in a season. 3 Atlanta Braves have accomplished that. John Kruk will lead it off for the Phils. We're tied at 1-1 here in the 3rd. Kruk single to knock in the Phillies run, his first time up. John Smoltz has thrown a lot of pitches in the first 2 innings. He has 4 strikeouts and 2 walks. Struck out the side in the 2nd after the Phillies got runners at 2nd and 3rd and no outs. One ball and no strikes to Kruk. Slammed to deep right center field. This ball is a gapper, one hopping off the fence. Kruk will get 2 on it, a stand-up double. So Krucker at second base with nobody out for Dave Hollins.
Kruk's had 2 swings today. He's hit 2 balls hard, one a ground ball, this one in the gap in right center. One hop to the wall out there. split the gap.
Holland's walked his first time up. Breaking ball for a called strike. Fastball high and away. 1 ball and 1 strike. John Kruk, second base. Nobody out here in the 3rd. Taps the breaking ball foul. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Phillies moved from here to Florida to take on the expansion Marlins. Ben Rivera will go tomorrow night against the knuckleballer Charlie Huff. Tommy Green and Jack Armstrong on Tuesday. Wednesday it'll be possibly Terry Mulholland if he's okay. Chris Hammond for Florida. Ball and 2 strikes to Dave Hollins.
Schultz has been in trouble all 3 innings here. Phillies haven't been able to get that one hit that could really hurt him.
Hammers the ball to center field. It's deep. Nixon's going to catch it, but Kruk will tag and move to 3rd after the catch. So Hollins sent Nixon all the way back to in front of the fence to pull down his deep drive. Kruk moves up to 3rd after the catch, and with 1 out, it'll bring up Darren Dalton.
Hung that curveball out of the way, and Hollins smoked it. Nixon playing him about right, placed in the right area.
Sunday, May 23rd, Equipment Bag Day as the Phils take on the Expos a week from today. All youngsters 14 and under get a great equipment bag, full size in red with blue handles and the Phillies logo. Compliments of Super Pretzel. That's next Sunday at the Vet. For ticket information, let's call 463-1000 or stop by one of the many local Ticketmaster locations.
Had the infield up here on Dalton. Now that's kind of strange. You don't bring it in on the pitcher, Danny Jackson. You bring it in on Dalton. Now Lemke's back a little further at second. Left side is up.
1 ball and no strikes to Dalton. Breaking ball missing. It's 2-0. John Kruk at 3rd base. 1 out here in the 3rd.
See what Dalton's done in the last 5 games. Picking up a lot of RBIs. It's a chance for another. If he gets a chance to hit here.
Three and nothing.
He'll get a green light.
Three balls and no strikes to Dalton. Right at Pendleton, and the runner will have to hold, and Dalton is thrown out.
And the bad part of that was it was a check swing. He gave him a 3-0 slider, and Dalton tried to check his swing here. Hit the ball sharply on it for a check swing, but right at Pendleton.
Brings on Jim Eisenreich, grounded into a fielder's choice his first time up.
I think maybe we all ought to see that sports psychologist that Smoltz has seen.
Yeah, Smoltz pitched out of 2nd and 3rd, no outs in the 2nd. Runner at third, 1 out here in the third. He's trying to pitch his way out of that one. 1 ball and no strikes. Gene and Olga Fidel of Springfield, Delaware County, celebrating their 46th anniversary today. Lofts a high fly to left, and Gann is there. So Smoltz pitches out of there. Runner at third, 1 out, Jan. No runs, 1 hit. No errors, 1 left. We go to the bottom of the third, tied at 1-1.
People come in and say, why 5 grades of gasoline? I tell them offering only 3 grades would be like selling suits in small, medium, and large. Some people would get a good fit. Some could use a little tailoring. So if you want to know why we give you all these choices, think about the guy who needs 41 long and picture him wearing a 39 short.
Let's say you want a well-equipped 6-passenger car for under $13,000. Look into Dodge Spirit. With the right package, you can get one with options like air conditioning, speed control, and more. And right now, you'll get it all with at least $1,000 cash back, making it the lowest priced 6-passenger car you can buy for only $12,625. Meaning whether you buy, lease, or just want to look, Spirit is a logical choice. See your nearest Dodge dealer today. We know how to help.
Van Dam. Undercover.
You're not going to last too long.
Over his head.
The threat.
Set up. Knocked down.
It's a promise.
Left for dead. Jean-Claude. Van Dam, he's mad. Welcome to hell. Van Dam. Death warrant.
Today at 4 on PHL 17.
Today's Phillies game on PHL 17 is brought to you in part by Bud Light. If you want great taste that won't fill you up and never lets you down, make it a Bud Light. By your local Dodge dealers. Come in today because we know how to help. And by Pizza Hut. Call Pizza Hut Delivery now and have your pizza by the 6th inning. Otis Nixon will lead it off for the Braves here in the bottom of the third. He grounded out his first time up. Tied at 1-1 here in the bottom of the third. Fly ball into left center field. That's going to find open spaces all the way back to the fence, and Nixon will hold at second with a double. So Nixon at second base with nobody out. Batter will be Jeff Blauser. He walked his first time up.
Jackson getting some pitches up have hurt him.
Jackson makes the play easily. It'll be a sacrifice for Blauser. Moves Nixon to third, where with 1 out, it'll bring up Terry Pendleton. Sunday season ticket plan holder at Veterans Stadium, Frank Center, will be celebrating his 75th birthday this Tuesday. Longtime fan. His son Dave is at the ballpark today. Phillies bring the infield in with a runner at third and 1 out. Pendleton lined out to center field his first time up. Fouls it back. Our trivia question of the afternoon: can you name the 3 Braves who have had 30-30 seasons, 30 homers and 30 stolen bases in a season?
I know one of them.
One of them would be who?
The Hammer.
That's correct, in 1963. That's hit to center field. It's going to be deep enough to score the Flea Nixon. Dykstra makes the catch. There'll be no play, and the Braves lead it 2-1. They'll give Pendleton a run batted in. Braves go ahead on what the Phillies have been unable to do, and that's to score a runner from third base with less than 2 out. Here's Ron Gant. He walked his first time up. One ball and no strikes. Well, this guy's another one in our trivia question. He's done it twice, says Gant. And the other one is that Dale Murphy. Did it in 1983 as Gant grounds out to retire the side, but the Braves get a run on 1 hit, no errors and none left. Chris Wheeler and Andy Mustard join you in the 4th at the end of 3. It's 2-1 Atlanta.
You can feel it deep inside. Dedication and a real sense of pride. And you're giving it your best. Proud to be your bud. Budweiser. Proud to be your bud. Proud to be your bud. Ooh, yeah. Proud to be your Proud to be your bud.
Now, there's an easy way to buy a Ford Thunderbird LX. It's as easy as 1, 2, 3. 1, see your Quality Plus Ford dealer. 2, choose your color. 3, pay just one low price that's over $4,000 less than last year. Nothing could be easier. Every Thunderbird LX has the same price and the same equipment. No mystery, no hidden costs, just pick your color. A well-equipped 93 Thunderbird LX priced $4,000 less than last year. So 1, 2, 3, go to where 5 of the top 10 sellers in America are at your Quality Plus Ford dealer.
2 hours from here, the sailing's outrageous. The cycling is glorious. The rhythm contagious. There's cricket to cheer, mopeds to hop on. And when you're exhausted, a pink beach to plop on. Bermuda, a short trip to the perfect holiday.
Saturday, June 5th, a 7:05 game with the Rockies, and it's going to be photo night. Get those up-close photos of your favorite Phillies. Compliments of Kodak. Come out early. Picture taking is from 5:45 to 6:15 on the field at the Vet. And make plans now to come out. Order your tickets easily by phone. Call 463-1000 or stop by a local Ticketmaster location. We move to the 4th inning. And the bottom third of the order for the Phillies, Milt Thompson, Mariano Duncan, and pitcher Danny Jackson. And Wheels, it's been a story of not coming through in the clutch and men left on base so far.
It's missed opportunities so far for the Phillies, and the Braves have made, well, they made the most of one of them so far. The first one, they had a runner thrown out at the plate, but the Phillies have had men to third base with less than 2 outs, and they can't get them home today.
Milt Thompson hits one hard, but right at Nixon. He lines it up and gets back to make the catch. Thompson lines to Nixon. That's the first out.
Baseball is a game of momentum and streaks, and Phillies were going really, really good for a while, and very few things went against them. You get a check swing 3-0 from your number 1 RBI man with a runner at third. Those are the kind of things that happen. It's a long haul, and it'll be a very long, fun season, I think. But you just can't get 2 up or 2 down in this business. It'll drive you crazy.
Yeah, you got to maintain the steady pace. Here's Duncan. He hits the ball into the air, foul on the right side. There is a lot of foul ground here. Cabrero comes over, but no room.
So Jim Fregosi in that shot right before that, and nobody knows that better than the skipper of what a game of momentum baseball is. And right now he has some problems with his pitching because of Larry Anderson being out.
Last night there was a key spot in the ball game when it just cried out for a right-hander to, if not come in the game, at least be warmed up, and nobody was. So I guess you know, Jim just doesn't have confidence in the right-handers that he has in the bullpen in a key spot.
Well, that's exactly what happened. There's a look at the bullpen.
The 1-1 pitch to Duncan. We're told, of course, that John Smoltz was having trouble with a blister on his middle finger, and it was particularly hurting him when he threw his slider, but he's used a lot of sliders today, and I don't think that blister is too very troublesome for him today at all. 2-2.
He can have a very tough breaking ball to right-handed batters, and it's a strikeout pitch for him. He'll get a lot of right-handed hitters to pull off on it, as Duncan just did.
Gets him on a high fastball. Strikeout number 5 for Smoltz. And like a lot of good pitchers, he can be tough when he gets the lead.
Well, he set him up with off-speed stuff, and Duncan, aware of the breaking ball, gets a fastball, a high fastball, and swings over it.
Here's pitcher Danny Jackson. And Smoltz struck him out the first time they met today on the outside corner, knee high for a strike. Danny with 2 hits, one of which was a double. Now Smoltz will go after him here. He's ahead in the count, 0-2. So far, the Phillies have had hits in every inning. Got him on a breaking ball. Strikeout number 6 for Smoltz, who puts the Phillies down in order. We go to the bottom of the 4th, and it's 2-1 Atlanta.
In the darkest hour, their actions can mean the difference between life and death, even your own.
We've got a helicopter coming in for the injured parties.
Ride along with these real-life heroes.
The suspect is traveling approximately 110 to 120 miles per hour.
The men and women of our nation's highway patrol in an explosive new series that puts you behind the wheel 5 nights a week. Real stories of the highway patrol.
Weeknights at 7:30 on PHL 17.
Before we could map out how far the Seville STS would go before its first scheduled tune-up, we first had to create a new map, big enough to chart the durability of Cadillac's Northstar V8, a map that spans 100,000 miles, or the equivalent of 4 trips around the world. The Seville STS with the Northstar system by Cadillac, changing the way you think about American automobiles, 100,000 miles at a time.
Did you ever think what combining the best 800 service and the best long distance could do for your business? Today, you're free to have them both in one plan, because now you can get the best long distance service and the most reliable 800 service in one savings plan. One bill, one company, AT&T. Finally, freedom to have the best of both worlds and keep your 800 number. AT&T, the best in the business.
Beach Towel Day, Sunday, June 6th. Phillies and the Rockies at 1:35. This is an oversized, colorful beach towel featuring the Fanatic, free for all children 14 and under. Compliments of Mellon PSFS. It'll be a very special day for everyone, especially the youngsters. So make sure that you make your plans to come out, order your tickets early, and order them easiest by calling 463-1000 or stop by the Center City ticket office at Mellon PSFS at Broad and Chestnut Streets. We got a lot of young Brave fans in attendance here today. They've had sellouts for each of these 3 games.
They've been making a generation of baseball fans down here in the last 3 years with the success of this franchise.
America's team, right, Wheels?
America's team. They were called America's team before they were any good.
And America's team leads by a 2-1 score. They're batting here in the 4th inning, and Francisco Cabrera is the leadoff hitter. High pop-up. Dalton shading his eyes over toward the Braves dugout, and it's going to be about 5 rows back, right back of Ted Turner's box. Ted and Jane were here on Friday night. He was a commencement speaker at a law school yesterday.
Well, they have not been seen since about the 5th inning Friday night.
Well, you got to prepare for those speeches, you know, Wheels. Hey, we got some cookies in the booth today from Lauren, Jessica Nelson, Kristen Nelson, and Susan Donahue, who wants to say hi to her mother, Mary, in Cape May, New Jersey. Foul ball. Cabrera flied to right field in his only at-bat. Foul away again. Cabrera got one of the biggest hits in Braves history, sending them into the World Series last year when it looked for all the world like Pittsburgh was going to be the NL National League winner. This guy might never get another hit, but they'll remember that one. That was right on the inside corner. That's Jackson's first strikeout. Now Cabrera's going to first. He thinks the ball was dropped.
No, it was dropped, but Darren Daulton was taking it out of his glove, and Daulton asked the home plate umpire, Rapuano, whether he in fact had to throw to first, and Rapuano shook his head no, raised his fist in the air and said it was a strikeout. And maybe they didn't see that from the bench. Watch right here what happens. See, right there, Daulton's just taking it out of his glove. It's not a drop third strike. In other words, he had control and was taking it out, according to the home plate umpire.
The batter is Olson, who takes low. So if you keep a scorebook, the put out goes to the catcher, not to first base.
This is a strikeout.
Olson sends a fly ball to center that Dykstra should get. That's 2 outs. The base is empty with 2 away, and Mark Lemke will come up. Here's a guy who doesn't look like a slugger, but in this series he has homered and tripled. The local newspaper today made the point that Lemke, with 5 home runs, has more home runs than the entire National League all-star infield from a year ago.
Yeah, he's pretty strong from the right side, too. He has 4 of them, and then he hit his first left-handed one last night off Schilling. That's really the only mistake Schilling made last night, other than the phantom balk, which was ridiculous.
Lots and lots of talk about that today. Schilling contending that he was told by the umpire that the balk was called because he towed the rubber from the front side rather than the back side. And he said, well, I've been doing that since I was 12 years old.
Yeah, and he did it to pitch after it.
Yeah, the whole game after it. Look out, that one's coming right at us. We've been sitting ducks up here this weekend. We've had a lot of balls fly into this area of the press box.
There have been a lot of them.
None of which have been caught, I might add.
Nor will they, unless you catch them.
I don't plan to. A little bit high. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Lemke. Lemke hits this one into the territory of Dykstra. And a 1-2-3 inning for Danny Jackson. At the end of 4, Atlanta leads 2-1.
Now the Pennsylvania Lottery has 2 drawings every week for the Cash 5 lump sum jackpot. So every week,
I want to go this way.
2 people can hit Cash 5. All the cash, all at once. When you win the Pennsylvania Lottery's Cash 5, you'll get all the cash all at once in one lump sum. It's called taking your lumps. Cash 5. All the cash all at once.
While you're enjoying some of the comforts of home, remember, your home can give you lots of other comforts. Like a way to consolidate all your bills and loans. Mellon PSFS Home Equity Loans. While you're enjoying some of the comforts of home, remember, your home can give you lots of other comforts. Like a college education. Mellon PSFS Home Equity Loans.
This is your world, genuine and true. You're the one who keeps coming through, 'cause you're giving it your best. Proud to be your bud. Budweiser. Proud to be your bud. Proud to be your bud. Ooh, yeah. Proud to be your. Proud to be your bud.
Here's how they scored, with the Phillies getting on the board in the first on John Kruk's RBI single, plating Dykstra. The Braves tied at bottom of the second on Lemke's RBI triple, getting Olson across. And the Braves took the lead on a sacrifice fly by Pendleton in the third inning, with Nixon scoring. So it's 2-1 Atlanta. And it's Dykstra to lead it off for the Phillies in the fifth. Lenny today 1 for 2, double, strikeout, run scored. Top of the order. It's been a great series for Dykstra. He is 5 for 11 in the 3-game series. Fooled on that breaking pitch in the dirt.
Might have been his forkball then. He's thrown a few of them this afternoon. Has Smoltz a forkball or a split finger pitch that he's using now for a changeup. Dykstra has had a good series, as Andy said, but his last at bat's the one that has to have him upset, because he had a runner at third base and just one out and struck out on a high fastball.
0-2 on him here. Low and in, and Olson blocks it. So it's 1 ball and 2 strikes on Dykstra. Lenny has scored runs in each of the games of this series, which is significant, because coming in on Friday night, he'd scored only 1 run over an 8-game span, and you need your leadoff hitter to get across the plate more than that. Looks like Lenny's starting to do it.
And you see how the Phillies are tentative a little bit in some situations today, whether or not it's Smoltz or whether they're just in the midst of this, as Jim Fregosi likes to call them, mix-ups, and they're just not letting it go with the bats.
Fly ball, right center field, but Nixon glides over. One down in the Phillies' fifth. Now here's Mickey Morandini. Mickey has grounded to second and looked at a called third strike. His ground ball to second was not wasted, though, because that moved Dykstra from second to third and was the first out, from which he was singled in by Kruk's base hit. Mickey 3 hits and 11 tries off Smoltz. Sharply hit, but fouled on the first base side. A lot of foul ground here in Atlanta. Morandini certainly isn't choking any less on the bat than he was. And we've got sellout crowd again for the 3rd day in a row. Nibbles. It's 1-2. Morandini batting in the second spot in the lineup, as he does against right-handers. Bats 8th in the lineup, generally against left-handers these days.
Run full counts his first 2 times up this afternoon. Now he's at 2-2.
Ball should be caught in shallow right field, although there's a long run for Tarasco. But that ball was plenty high into the air, and so he's over to make the play. He's filling the roster spot occupied by Deion Sanders, who is suspended right now. Bobby Cox, one-time general manager of this team. He's done a terrific job here. Bobby works well with John Shorholtz, and he's a terrific baseball guy. Bobby says he sees the same fire in his team that it's had the last 2 years. He's not worried about that at all. Even though they got off to a slow start and people were questioning whether the Braves would be in it again this year, he said absolutely. John Kruk is 2 for 2, and now with a 7-game hitting streak. John today has singled and doubled.
They get off to a slow start offensively. As you look at John Shurholtz, the general manager in his box here at the ballpark, they get off to a slow start offensively, but their pitching kept them above water, and now they're starting to hit a little bit.
I had to admire Cox last night, the way he stuck with Greg Maddux. There were situations there with Maddux walking guys that, you would expect that he might go to his bullpen. He did not.
Well, that led us to think that he's not real confident in Stanton in that spot too.
And then he eventually called him in to close it down after McMichael worked 2/3 of an inning. I think he's developing confidence in that bullpen.
Well, he doesn't have a true closer right now. You know, they thought Wohlers would be their closer for the last couple of years, and he just doesn't. He just hasn't been able to do it for Atlanta. So now he's got that McMichael out there, and that'll probably just be temporary.
Oh, again, 3 balls and 1 strike on John.
McMichael, you know, a little bit we saw of him last night is, you know, a nice story for Atlanta right now, but he certainly does not have closer type stuff. There's the bullpen with Steve Bedrosian walking around.
3-1 pitch. Bruck draws a walk, continuing his perfect day. He's on base for the 3rd straight time. That's the 3rd walk issued by Smoltz. Dave Holland's bats. Dave has walked and lined out to center field. That ball he hit to center was really smoked, but Nixon got over to catch that in left center.
Ball carries here in the daytime too. We haven't had any home runs here today. We've had a lot of long fly balls that you notice the outfielders are retreating on quite a bit.
Holland swings through it. Strike 1. If you're a guy like Hollins and you commit a throwing error as he did last night that cost your club a ball game, you're really anxious to atone for it in some way. I talked with Dave before the ball game, and you know, he says, well, it's a brand new day. We put yesterday behind us. You got to do that in baseball. He's been around it long enough to know.
That's one of the good or bad things about baseball, depending on what kind of makeup you have. It's good if you really want to get back at him the next day, because you normally can. If you're not feeling real good about things, it's not so great because you have to get back at him. In his case, he wants to do something.
High fly ball, shallow right field. Tarasco running hard as he can, and he's there. That was a nice play by Tarasco to catch that foul ball. No runs, no hits, 1 man left on base. Go to the bottom of the 5th, 2-1 Braves.
A lot of airlines fly to Europe, but only TWA gives you room to stretch out and relax to Europe's most exciting cities. TWA replaced coach with comfort class to give you the most legroom of any airline to Europe at no extra cost. We're even adding footrests, so you'll not only enjoy Europe, you'll enjoy the flight.
I heard you guys got a great deal on the '93 Ford Escort.
Not a deal, a whole new way of buying. 4 Escorts, one price, $10,499.
Not so fast. I want power steering, rear defrost, and a good stereo.
Still one price.
All right, I want air conditioning. And what if I want a hatchback or a sedan?
$10,499.
Now you can get any of 4 new '93 Escorts, all well-equipped for $10,499. No gimmicks, no hidden costs. See your Quality Plus Ford dealer today.
How about a wagon?
$10,499.
Just checking.
On the next Time Tracks, Darian gets helped by another cop from the future.
Who are you?
I work for you, sir.
To try to capture Dr. Zombie.
Kill them! Kill them!
On the next Time Tracks, and they control the plague of the 20th century.
Help me.
And only Kane stands in their way.
You will lose now, Sheldon.
On the next Kung Fu, the legend continues.
Wednesday beginning at 8 on PHL 17.
Today's Phillies game on PHL 17 is brought to you in part by Budweiser. Fresh, pure, natural, proud to be your Bud. Jiffy Lube, America's favorite oil change. And by Nationwide Insurance. Nationwide is on your side. Your nationwide agent and media is Gene Giello. Just a perfect day here in Atlanta. Except for the score, the Braves lead 2-1, and they are hitting in the 5th inning. They start with Tarasco, who just made a nice running catch. He went a long way to catch that one.
David Justice out of the lineup today with a jam left thumb. Got it during one of his at-bats last night. Probably that one he hit, that jammer to Hollins.
Probably so. Foul ball. This one will go out of play.
That was his last at-bat of the ball game.
Tarasco flied to left. His only time up today. He's 0 for his last 8. He'll be going back to the minor leagues if and when they settle the Deion Sanders situation with Deion coming back. But he is a prospect. I expect him back here, and that apparently is some team they have at Richmond. They have a prospect at every spot.
And Tarasco is a guy. The Braves have had a lot of high picks that they've done a great job with over the years. Tarasco is an undrafted free agent.
He takes low, ball 2, 2-1. Talking with Bobby Wine about him last week at Veterans Stadium, he said, forget Deion. He's the new Deion, he said. Pop-up, shallow left field. Duncan out. Has trouble, can't get it. Ball's in play. Tarasco to second.
You could see him starting to fight it. And all you could hope for was that, he's going to be able to reach out and grab it at the last second, but Duncan wasn't, as he lost it in the sun.
We showed you the sky right before the inning. It is scored as an error on Duncan, which is very harsh scoring considering. I don't know how they can do that, really.
Well, he didn't have his sunglasses on either. See, he's got those Oakleys on top of the hat, but he doesn't have his baseball sunglasses on. It doesn't look like.
You're right. Well, he gets charged with an error, and here's Smoltz to try to get him to third. Gets the bunt down. He'll get to third. There's nobody covering the bag. Hollins makes the play. And the Braves are in a spot to pick up another run. Smoltz delivers the sacrifice, and Braves in a spot here where they might get their third run.
See, right here, he's looking for his sunglasses. He reaches up to pull his, it looks like it. Pull his sunglasses down. Your baseball sunglasses that are with a strap in the back of the cap and then are fit underneath the brim of the cap. And when they're not there, and he's got those Oakleys on the top. I can't answer that one.
Phillies bring the infield in. Nixon's at the plate. Check swing, foul ball, strike one right into Ted Turner's box.
Phillies really need to keep one off the board now. The Braves are playing good fundamental baseball today and are producing runs. The Phillies are not. And you don't want to get too far behind them. This is a momentum type of game, and the Braves have it going. Phillies have to do something to turn momentum around in this one.
Nixon in a key spot here. He has doubled and grounded out today. Ball and a strike on Otis. When he doubled his last time up, was his first hit in the series. He'd gone 0 for 6 in the games thus far. Sure has played a fine center field. Bounces up there. Dalton saves the run. He's fielding a number of them in that same fashion today, as Jackson's having control problems with that slider.
Yep, they're all sliders down and in that he's had to do that with.
Always tougher to play baseball on the road. Nobody knows it better than Fergozzi.
Especially against a good team like Atlanta, who's hot. And this is going to be a tough series coming in on Friday, and it has been.
When the Phillies arrived here Friday, the Braves did not have a winning record at home. They were 6-8 in their home ballpark.
It's a bad spot now because Nixon loves to hit the fastball, and Jackson, is in a spot where he might have to throw him one.
3-1 the count. Walked him. Jackson with his third walk. Braves at first and third. At least it does set up the double play possibility, although Nixon is speedy enough to try to stay out of that, and Blauser will be the batter.
And Nixon also might try and steal a base here too to take that double play away.
Wouldn't be surprised. Now, the Phillies did catch him last night. Only the second time he's been caught all year. He is 18 out of 20 in stolen bases.
Be tougher now, though, because Dalton has to look the runner back at third before he throws the second, and that gives him a little bit more time to run if he goes.
Blauser fouls it back. Blauser does not have an official plate appearance today. He has walked and sacrificed. Atlanta with a 2-1 lead and trying to tack on a third run. And the Braves are a good power hitting team. They lead the National League with 36 home runs. One ball, one strike. Blauser, the league leader in hits. He has 52 hits. Jimmy Williams, third base coach, lets him know what's on. Lets the runners know.
He walks over to the runner in case they're going to squeeze and gives a word sign. They certainly would not squeeze with a Blauser at home plate because he can drive the ball.
Runner goes, and the ball is fouled. Nixon was off with that pitch, and he had a terrific jump, as is normally the case with Otis. He's a good base runner.
Except Blauser beat that ball off his foot, and he's walking it off behind home plate.
And Blauser is a guy who has really hurt the Phillies over the years. We have him on our official list of Philly killers, do we not?
Oh, he had a great series here one time.
Well, I think that was in Philly, wasn't it?
Oh, he had it here.
That was July, let's see. It was June 4th, 5th, and 6th of '91. And in that series, he went 9 for 13 with 3 home runs, 1 in each game, and he drove in 12.
That's all. So that's helped him build up those pretty good lifetime stats he has against the Phillies that one weekend. Blauser's, you have to give Blauser a lot of credit. He's really improved to the point where they can play him every day defensively at short. And a lot of people around Atlanta didn't think they'd ever see that day. They always knew he could hit.
Jackson's 2-2 pitch. Foul back. Each of the first 2 games of this series, they have finished up with Belliard at shortstop.
Yeah, well, that makes sense
for that when they get the lead.
Exactly. And Belliard is a superior defensive player who can't even come close to Blauser's offensive potential.
They do that for a couple of reasons. They know the day will come when Blauser's going to need a rest, and they've got to play Belliard, so they do that to keep him sharp. Got past. He struck out, but he got past. Here comes the runner for the plate. He's safe. It's a 3-1 Atlanta lead. Blauser strikes out, but the Braves get the run on a wild pitch.
Boy, oh boy. See, the things are really going good for the Braves right now and not for the Phillies, and there's another example of it. Here's a strikeout. The ball gets past Dalton. That'll be a pass ball on him. And then Darren doesn't even look at the plate. He started to look towards second. I don't know whether we'll see it or not. Now, I don't know whether he has a play at the plate, but look where he went. Now he reacts to throw home, and it's too late. If he reacts to throw home right away, he might have gotten it. See, you'll see it again from this angle. Dalton chases the ball. Now watch his first reaction. It's the second. There. Now he throws home across his body. Can't get him. Jackson was there and waiting. We just couldn't get the throw.
It is scored a pass ball, and the Braves lead it 3-1. The hitter is Pendleton. Runner goes to third. Nixon, he is out at third base. Tagged out by Hollins to end the inning. But the Braves get 1 run. They do so without a hit. There was an error and a pass ball, and nobody left on base. Braves 3, Phillies 1.
You can feel it deep inside. Dedication and a real sense of pride. And you're giving it your best. Proud to be your bud. Budweiser. Proud to be your bud. Proud to be your bud. Ooh, yeah. Proud to be your bud. Proud to be your bud.
Mark your calendar and clear your schedule. the Phillies play the pitching powerful Atlanta Braves. Monday, June 21st and Tuesday, June 22nd, both at 7:35. Followed by an always popular business person special. Wednesday afternoon, June 23rd at 12:35. Reserve your tickets by phone. Call 463-1000.
When people see the classic styling of the new Pontiac Bonneville, they sometimes worry about how much it could cost. When they see that Consumer's Digest and the car book called Bonneville a best buy, they think it must be pretty pricey. When we tell them the Bonneville comes standard with a driver's side airbag and anti-lock brakes, they get anxious about monthly payments. But when they see that the Bonneville is just $329 a month for 3 years with 3.9% financing, they stop worrying about how much it might cost and enjoy how little it actually does cost.
End of 5. The Braves lead it 3-1. We'll take a look at the numbers for the pitchers. Smoltz has actually given up one more hit than Danny Jackson has. But the Braves now with that extra run, and that really helps out. Smoltz with 6 strikeouts compared with 1 for Danny Jackson at this juncture. Phillies trail by 2 as they hit here in the 6th inning, and Dalton will lead it off. Jackson with 2 strikeouts. Dalton today out on a strikeout, out on a check swing grounder to third base. That really hurt the Phillies because they had a runner at third at that time and the infield was playing in. Dalton hitting at .245. That's foul and out of play. No balls and 2 strikes on Dalton. John Smoltz coming into this ball game with 4 victories and a terrific ERA, 2.89. But concerned about his middle finger on his pitching hand because of that blister, but it hasn't seemed to be troublesome today for him. Down the line and left, long run for Gant. It's a foul ball and out of play. Gant had no chance to catch it. So it's still 0-2 on Dalton, leading off the Phillies' 6th. Phillies open a series in Florida tomorrow night. Ben Rivera to go against the Marlins' Charlie Huff. Ancient knuckleballer. Phillies haven't faced him since way back when he was with the Dodgers.
All of a sudden there's a bunch of knuckleballers in the league.
Wakefield being the primary one.
Candiotti.
Dalton drives it to right field. He's got a hit, maybe extra bases. He's gone for 2. Tarasco's throw will not get him, and it's a double for Dalton to lead off the 6th. Good hitting by Darren. He was behind in the count 0-2.
Darren Dalton taking the extra base. Few catchers in baseball can do this because he has such good wheels. As Tarasco, he sees the ball to his left. He doesn't want to make any kind of a base running mistake here, down by 2 runs. But sees where that ball is and knows that Tarasco can't get to it.
Eisenreich the batter. Jim is 0 for 2, grounded to short, fly to left.
Phillies must produce a run here now. No matter how they do it, they have to get on the board here in this inning to get to at least 1 down, and also get their spirits up a little bit that they can score a run, because they have had a lot of opportunities in this game and have not played fundamentally very well today.
Well, that's for sure, and they've left 6 on base. A couple of times not scoring runners from third when there were less than 2 outs. It's a called strike.
There are 2 guys up there now that know what to do, and Eisenreich, who knows he has to pull the ball, and then Thompson coming next to trying to deliver something to get a run home. There's Thompson on deck.
On the right side indeed, and a nice play there by Cabrera. He does the only thing with it he can. Dalton goes to third. There's one out. So Eisenreich did indeed get the job done.
Well, they got half of it done now.
Milt Thompson is 0 for 1 today. Thompson has walked and lined to center field. Phillies return on Thursday to play the Expos in a 4-game series, which includes 2 promotions, Instant Vacation Night Friday and Equipment Bag Day next Sunday. Then the Mets are in for 3. The number to call for your tickets, 463-1000. Braves are playing back in the middle up at the corners. High ball 1 to Milt.
Braves can do this now with a 2-run lead. If this game were still a 1-run game, they probably would have the infield up.
Ball 2, 2-0.
I don't think Smoltz is pitching around Thompson either with a 2-run lead. I think he just missed on those pitches. I mean, he doesn't worry right now about a fly ball or a ground ball because he still has a lead.
Goes right at him, and Milt swings and misses. Breaking ball. So it's a 2-1 count now on Thompson.
Thompson was swinging fastball all the way. Figured he had to get one then after the first 2 pitches, and he didn't.
So Milty recalculates.
Smoltz has been tough to guess with hitters today because he's pitched backwards to a lot of batters. He knows the Phillies are a good fastball hitting team like most teams, so he's doing a good job of the pitching backwards to them.
Milt sends a ground ball to third. Runner has to hold. Pendleton makes the play.
One of those days.
Yeah, Dalton started down the line, but he would have been out by a mile at the plate. So Pendleton gets the out at first, and there are 2 down.
Yep. They just cannot get runners home from third in this ball game. That was the only spot where you could hit it in the infield where you wouldn't get a run. And Thompson got jammed and hit a weak ground ball to third. See there, he inside outs it, gets jammed. It's right at Pendleton. Throws him out.
Mariano Duncan. Mariano has doubled to left and struck out. He can pick them all up if he gets the run in here, and he does. Mariano with a ball driven to right field. It's a 3-2 ball game on a big hit by Duncan.
That is a big hit because the Phillies weren't going to hit for Jackson. I mean, Smoltz has to kick himself right now. And it looked like Lemke got some leather on that and almost robbed Dalton. Here's the base hit. A breaking ball that sits up there for Duncan. See if Lemke doesn't touch this. I couldn't tell there. It looked like he got a little leather on it, though. But Danny Jackson was going to hit right there. Yeah, he touched it a little bit. See it slow up? Danny Jackson was going to hit. There was nobody up in the bullpen, and Smoltz knows there's no way he should have let Duncan hurt him.
So it's Jackson at the plate now, and Danny's had a tough time at the plate. 0 for 2, both strikeouts.
By nobody being up in the bullpen, it shows you the way the Phillies feel about that bullpen at this point.
Well, that's true. Going to try to go as deep into a ball game as you can with your starting staff. Both times Jackson struck out swinging. And the Braves have bullpen action. Kent Merker, a left-hander, is throwing. Leo Mazzoni's coming out. Crooker's good friend from West Virginia. They spent a lot of time together in the offseason. He's the Braves pitching coach, and he'll be out here to. You don't often see a pitching coach deliver a message with the pitcher up there. Jack Llewellyn. He is Smoltz's personal sports psychologist. Strike 2-1.
Probably be traveling one of them for the broadcast team before long.
Not a bad idea. Some of us might have trouble getting an appointment. 2-2 the count.
Giving up those duties.
There's only so many hours in the day, you know. Is that a function you formerly handled?
Sort of.
Jackson strikes out for the 3rd time. Number 7 for Smoltz. Phillies pick up a run. 2 hits, 1 left. And it's Atlanta 3, Phillies 2.
Only one dealer can offer you 5 of the 10 best sellers in America. Your Quality Plus Ford dealer. Now, Ford Taurus is the #1 selling car in America. A leader in safety with available dual airbags and anti-lock brakes. Ford Taurus has been on Car and Driver's top 10 list 7 years straight. Now, for a limited time, save $1,200, including $500 cash back from Ford on all Taurus sedans and wagons. Hurry, save on 5 of the top 10 sellers in America. Only at your Quality Plus Ford dealer.
College has been replaced by career. Midnight snacks are now midnight feedings. And as life changes and families grow, more and more people are carrying the card from Keystone Health Plan East, the HMO from Independence Blue Cross and Pennsylvania Blue Shield. Keystone gives them the comprehensive benefits they want and the security they trust. Maybe that's why Keystone's the fastest growing HMO in the country. The HMO you carry for life.
The biggest single event of the year is coming. So big, it must be held in Philadelphia at Veterans Stadium. Paul McCartney's New World Tour, presented by Blockbuster Video. Timeless music, gigantic production, June 13th at Veterans Stadium. Tickets are available now. Paul McCartney, presented by Blockbuster Video.
Today's Phillies game on PHL 17 is brought to you in part by Federal Express. For documents, packages, and freight worldwide, our most important package is yours. Your Quality Plus Ford dealers who invite you to come in and test drive the brand new 1993 Probe. And by Bell of Pennsylvania Yellow Pages. No other book can match it, a Bell Atlantic company. So the Phillies tighten it up again and make it a 1-run ball game once more. Now the Braves bat in the 6th inning. They've got a tough section of their lineup coming here. The 3, 4, and 5 hitters, Pendleton, Gant, and Cabrera. Pendleton has produced a run on a sacrifice fly today, officially 0 for 1. He's done something for his team in every game in this series. He had 4 hits in the opener, had that terrific stop of a Chamberlain smash with the bases loaded last night.
You have that awful expression now the time you're in golf tournaments sometime where some clown yells, "You the man," you know, that sort of thing. But on this ball club, he is their guy. I mean, he's the guy that makes it go for Atlanta. He's their leader. He's their veteran player. He's their 3-hole hitter. He's a Gold Glove third baseman. He's been in World Series playoffs. I mean, Pendleton is a seasoned professional. And they need Pendleton to keep going. And you notice when he was struggling hitting under 200, I mean, Bobby Cox just left him in that 3-hole. Said, get it going, because we're not going anywhere without you.
Bobby's patience has been rewarded. Pendleton, of course, first came here 3 years ago off a terrible final year in St. Louis. He got jammed here. Didn't get much on that one. Duncan picks it up and throws him out. A jam job. Roller to short. We're going to pause here for station identification. This is the Phillies Television Network.
You're watching Phillies baseball on WPHL TV, Philadelphia.
Back here in Atlanta, and stepping in is Ron Gant. He has walked and grounded to third today. Braves lead it by a 3-2 score in the 6th. Gant's driven in 4 runs in the series. He has 4 hits and 9 at-bats.
Phillies are playing him today as if they're going to pitch him away. They have Lenny Dykstra over in right center. You want to stay away from anything up and in to Gant. That's his home run pitch.
Well, we saw him hit that vicious foul ball home run here today. That was out of here by plenty.
There's the defense with Dykstra shading him the other way. Gant wanted that pitch that he just let go by. He likes that ball up. And he's very quick on the ball up in the strike zone, not quick on the ball down.
Bouncing ball to Hollins. Dave throws to first for the out. 2 down. Gant retired on a ground ball. And now we'll see Cabrera bat. Francisco has flied to right and looked at a called third strike. He's getting the playing time that Brian Hunter would normally get. Hunter is disabled right now, although he is making progress, and they expect him back this coming week. Hunter is in Florida at the moment, tuning up. Back of the infield, base hit. Cabrera with a little looper to right field and a 2-out single. Only the 4th hit of this day for the Braves.
Cabrera has a lot of movement in his swing. He holds the bat real high, wiggles it, and he hit that one right off the end of it for the base hit to right field.
In steps Greg Olson. He's 1 for 2 today. Bobby Cox was telling me before the game that if a game was on the line, there's nobody he'd rather have up there than Greg Olson. He just loves this guy. Interesting to hear a manager express that much confidence in a player who hasn't produced great numbers over the years necessarily. Here's a fly ball to Thompson. And Olson is the 3rd out of the inning. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 left. Harry Callis and Rich Ashburn return in the 7th. It's 3-2 Atlanta.
Some people hate to stop for gasoline. We do it for a living. Just going from one Sunoco station to another. Checking to make sure a gallon is truly a gallon. That the octane you pay for is the octane you get. That the gasoline is as good coming out of the pump as it was coming out of the refinery. So next time you're moaning because you have to pull over for gasoline, think of us. We have to stop 1,183 times this year.
What? Oh, guard dog. Oh, very scary. Wow. Finally, the good stuff.
If you want great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down, make it a Bud Light.
Sigmund Freud, IQ 158, developed the principles of modern psychoanalysis. Sir Isaac Newton, IQ 163, formulated the law of gravity. Ken Sills, IQ 127, or so he says, just got a 2-year lease on a 93 Accord LX loaded with driver's side airbag, automatic transmission, and a lot of other cool stuff for a very smart price of only $239 a month. Ken Sills, modern day genius? The facts speak for themselves at your tri-state Honda dealer. The smart way to go.
Sunday afternoon, May 23rd at 1:35, the Phillies battle the Expos. And children 14 and under get a really great-looking equipment bag free. Compliments of Super Pretzel. Now, there's a twist. To order tickets, call 463-1000.
After 6 innings of play, it's the Braves 3 and the Phillies 2. Weeknights at 7:30, they put their lives at risk for you on Real Stories of the Highway Patrol right here on PHL 17. Lenny Dykstra leads it off for the Phillies here in the 7th. Sid Bream has come in defensively for the Braves to play first base, taking the place of Francisco Cabrera. Dykstra's doubled, struck out, and flied out. He has scored one of the Phillies' 2 runs. One strike to Lenny Dykstra. Bit high. It's 1-1. Ball and a strike to Dykstra. Dropped the bat as if to bunt, which he rarely does, and took a strike. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Dribbler trickles foul down the first base side. Montreal's taking a 3-1 lead on the Mets in the 6th inning. The Expos will be coming in here to Fulton County Stadium next. Smoltz misses with a breaking ball, 2-2.
He's tried to make Lenny hit breaking balls all day.
Fouls it off.
Another one that was very high.
Phillies have a right-hander and left-hander up in the bullpen. Greg McMichael and Kent Merker. Dykstra slaps it into left field. He's a leadoff base runner. Lenny's second hit. Phillies have out-hit the Braves 7-4, but trail 3-2, and the batter will be Mickey Morandini. Morandini's nothing for 3. He's grounded out, struck out, flied out to right.
Morandini hasn't had a good hitting streak this season. He will. I mean, somewhere along the line, he'll get that average going. Just hasn't been in a good groove.
One strike to Morandini.
That's where they try to throw him hard stuff outside, and he, hasn't really learned how to handle that pitch. He usually gets under it with the barrel of the bat instead of over it. Over it's where he wants to be. He hits the ball in on him.
Curveball, foul back and out of play. Still 0-2. Braves lead 3-2. We're in the 7th inning. Fastball, he fouls it out of play.
Every pitch has been away from him in this at-bat. Fastballs, breaking balls. Once in a while they try to get him to chase a curveball low and in.
That's low. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Smoltz has thrown a lot of pitches this afternoon. He has 7 strikeouts and 3 walks.
Comes Bobby Cox. I bet he's going to jerk him. You wouldn't usually jerk a pitcher when you're ahead in the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. And he sees something he doesn't like. There's the sports psychologist,
Jack Llewellyn.
Maybe Bobby should go talk to him. Talking to the wrong guy.
He's not going to pull him at this point. I guess there's something wrong with he doesn't like something on the mound and is going to ask for the ground crew to come out and
Kind of unusual, too. Pitched on that mound low these 6 innings.
Well, he says it's all right. Good thing, because that ground crews clear out the other end of this ballpark by the time they'd get in.
He waved him in. He didn't get much of a response. Not like that Philadelphia ground crew who's right there and
right on top of it.
Yeah, they'd have been out there.
Three balls and 2 strikes.
I don't know what Bobby told him.
Now it's in the back of his mind in front of that mound. He's not hitting that area where you see the clump of dirt, but he is throwing it low now. It's a full count.
Well, I think we'll see Dykstra run.
3 balls and 2 strikes. Smoltz thinks he's going. Dykstra does go. It's high, ball 4. So after getting ahead, a ball and 2 strikes to Morandini, Bobby Cox came out and talked to Smoltz, and he walked him. And here comes Bobby Cox, and this will be it for Smoltz. Phils have their first 2 men on base here in the 7th inning, and he'll call on the left-hander Kent Merker. So Smoltz will leave the ball game here. He has a 3-2 lead, but is responsible for the runners on base, and Merker comes on. Merker appearing in his 15th game, 2-0 with a 4.22 ERA. Pitching change for the Braves. We're in the 7-3 to Atlanta. Back after these messages.
There's a new feeling sweeping the state, peace of mind. Because now people who couldn't afford health coverage can get special care from Blue Cross and Blue Shield. It's the most affordable coverage available to families and individuals who earn too much for Medicaid but can't afford coverage on their own. If you're uninsured, your peace of mind is just a phone call away. Call 1-800-248-5200.
Seven big games are coming up. First, the Expos. Thursday, May 20th. Friday, May 21st. Instant vacation night, Saturday, May 22nd. And Sunday afternoon, May 23rd, when all kids 14 and under get a free equipment bag. Then it's the Mets. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, May 24th, 25th, and 26th, all at 7:35. Call 463-1000.
Ken Merker, the left-hander, the new pitcher for the Braves. Phillies have their first 2 men on base here in the 7th. This for Merker is game number 16, 2-0, no saves, 4.22 ERA. He's only pitched 10 2/3 innings, 9 hits, 5 earned runs. He has struck out 10, walked 8. John Kruk has been on base all 3 times that he's been up, with a single, a double, and a walk. Kruk lifetime, not a bad hitter against this left-hander, 2 for 5. Bills trail by a run here in the 7th. Call that a strike. Kruk not happy with the call. No balls and 1 strike. Merker's 25 years old, comes from Dublin, Ohio. He had a cut. He fouls it back. 0-2. Crock would like to have that one back.
Yeah, high fastball, good pitch to hit. But he's in a 0-2 hole here. Hooker also throws a nasty slider.
Now balls and 2 strikes to John Kruk. Fly ball left field. Gant right there. One down. We'll bring on Dave Hollins.
Kruk will be very unhappy with that at bat. The least he wanted to do was move the runners. But he got in the hole and then had to chase kind of a high slider that wasn't a very good pitch to hit.
Hollins has walked, fly to deep center, and fouled out to right. Lifetime against Merker. Hollins hitless, 0-2. But batting .377, right-handed. Missed the fastball. Rays really play Hollins around to the opposite field as a right-hand batter. As you can see. One ball and 1 strike. Strikes to Dave Hollins.
Went after a high pitch.
Low, it's 2-2. He balls in 2 strikes to Dave Hollins. Rays lead by a run here in the 7th. He's high with it, a full count. If he will send the runners here.
No.
Three and 2 to Dave Hollins. Runners hold, and that's hit to deep left center field. Gant back, can't get it off the boards. Dykstra scores. Morandini held at third base. A double for Hollins. And it's now a 3-3 ball game here in the 7th.
Another double for the Phillies. They're 5th in the game. That ball was way high. You wonder how Hollins hit it that far. This was ball 4, and look how high that was. That was up there around the letters.
So the Braves will bring the infield up with the runners at 2nd and 3rd.
And walk Dalton.
Going to walk Dalton. Eisenreich is due up next, but Pete Incaviglia has been swinging some lumber in the Phillies dugout, as has Ricky Jordan. So Dalton will get the intentional walk to load the bases. Incaviglia has walked out of the Phillies dugout.
It's a lot of respect for Dalton, the hard-throwing left-hander.
Dutch walks for the 34th time. He leads the league in walks. That'll load the bases, and Incaviglia will come out as a pinch hitter for Jim Eisenreich. And Bobby Cox will probably go to his right-hander, Greg McMichael. Tie game at 3. Phils have out-hit the Braves 8-4. Cox has not emerged from the dugout as yet, but Braves infielders are stalling for time.
Merker can get a little wild once in a while, and Cox has now indicated he's going to make a double change.
Bobby Cox coming out. He'll take out Merker. Bring in McMichael. And he'll have another switch also. Pitching change for the Braves. We're in the 7th, tied at 3, back after these messages.
I work Saturdays and Sundays. It's not a job. It's a dedication. I don't think you can teach someone to tune. You just got to practice until it's natural, just like breathing. There seems something mystic about it. So much beauty comes out of music.
Mellon PSFS, you're why we do our very best.
Did you ever think what combining the best 800 service and the best long distance could do for your business? Today, you're free to have them both in one plan, because now you can get the best long-distance service and the most reliable 800 service in one savings plan. One bill, one company, AT&T. Finally, freedom to have the best of both worlds and keep your 800 number. AT&T, the best in the business.
Change of battery. Damon Berryhill coming in to catch. He'll bat in the 9 spot, and Greg McMichael is the new pitcher. He will bat at the number 6 spot, vacated by Greg Olson. McMichael, who features a pound ball as his out pitch, is appearing in his 14th game. He's won 1, lost 1. No saves, a 2.95 ERA. He's pitched 21 in the 3rd innings, given up 17 hits, 7 earned runs, has struck out 21, averages a strikeout per inning, while walking 7. McMichael is a rookie. He's 26 years old, from Knoxville, Tennessee. He's originally the draft pick of Cleveland in the 7th round of the '88 June free agent draft, signed by the Braves as a free agent in April of 1991. Pete Incaviglia, pinch hitting with a chance to do some damage here. Bases loaded, 1 out. Tie game at 3. Incaviglia hitting at .253 as a pinch hitter. He's 3 for 6. 1 ball and no strikes. Drive into right center field. Nixon makes the catch, but here comes Morandini. Nixon does not throw well. Mickey scores easily. A sacrifice fly for Incaviglia, and the Phillies take a 4-3 lead here in the 7th. Moving to third base was Hollins after the catch. Philly runners 1st and 3rd, and the batter will be Milt Thompson.
Both these runs charged as Smoltz.
Smoltz put the first two men on base. Dykstra and Morandini. Dykstra with a single, Morandini with a walk.
I wonder why Otis Nixon was playing Incaviglia to hit, shading him to hit to right field. Nobody else ever does that in this league. Played him right there.
Here's Milt Thompson. He's 0 for 2 with a walk. In the inside corner for a called strike.
Must be that advanced scout they have, that Bobby Wine.
Playing a lot of the Phillies to the opposite field. Playing Hollins to the opposite field in this inning, and he doubled to left center. 1 ball and 1 strike. Pretty well hit to right field. Tarasco on his horse. What a great diving catch, saving 2 runs. Tarasco with a great defensive play, taking extra bases away from Milt Thompson.
I tell you,
1993 Phillies gift and souvenir catalog, courtesy of Kellogg's, is now available. The catalog features all your favorite Phil's items, including jackets, jerseys, T-shirts, caps, and much more. Plus, see a special offer in the catalog from Kellogg's for Darren Dalton and Dave Hollins photo balls. You can get the catalog free just by calling the Phils at 463-1000 and ask for a Phillies souvenir and gift catalog. Pete Incaviglia stays in the game to play right field as we move to the bottom of the 7th. Mark Lemke takes one low for a ball. There's Inky. Or 3, Phil's lead by a run. Bottom half of the 7th inning. Two and 1 to Lemke. Lemke has tripled in 2 at-bats. Went off the knee of Darren Dalton. 2 and 2.
You wear all that equipment, the shin guards, the chest protector, the mask, but you can still get banged up.
Two balls and 2 strikes. It back and into the upper deck. Still 2 and 2 to Lemke. A little bit high. It's a full count. Ball foul. Still 3 and 2 to Mark Lemke. Walked him. Lemke gets a leadoff walk.
And that took 2 runs away from the Phillies. He can run, and he is a good outfielder. And he made a great play.
Taking extra bases away from Milt Thompson. He's playing because Justice has a bad thumb. Safe at first base is Ruled Tarasco. I'm not so sure that's Rich Reeker, a rookie umpire. He did get down in the line in a hurry. They'll give him a bunt base hit. But it looked like Hollins had him. Hollins to Morandini.
They made a good play. He might have taken a little too much time after he got the ball. You see, he takes all those steps, gunned the ball. I don't know. We didn't get a real good look at it. Pretty close.
Very close. So the Braves have their first 2 men on base here in the bottom of the 7th, and the Phillies get their first bullpen activity of the afternoon. The right-hander Bob Aralt, the left-hander Mark Davis. Damon Berryhill batting for the first time. Berryhill hitting at .246. He's down to bunt. He gets the bunt down. Jackson will take the out at first. Sacrifice is good. It goes Jackson to Morandini, moving the Brave runners to second and third and bringing out Otis Nixon.
Phillies are going to push their infield back. They don't want to gamble on a ball getting by a drawn-in infield where 2 runs would score.
Nixon's grounded to short, doubled and walked. Just missing for a ball, 1-0. Jim Fregosi and John Vukovich. A foul out of play. 1 ball and 1 strike. Bills lead 4-3, but the Braves have runners at second and third and 1 out. Center field. This will score a run. Thompson makes the grab. The throw to the plate is late. Lemke scores, and we're tied at 4-4. Sacrifice fly for Nixon.
Well, Dalton tried to block that plate again, but he just didn't have quite enough time. Milton made a pretty good throw. But Lemke, who was blocked off the plate by Dalton earlier, see, Dutch had that leg in there again, but he couldn't hold him out.
Brings on Jeff Blauser. He's walked, sacrificed, and struck out. In the dirt, a good catch by Dalton. 1 ball and no strikes to Blauser. It's 2-0. Carrasco, and he's going to be out at home plate. Good throw by Milt Thompson for his second assist of the game. Carrasco nailed at home plate on a fine throw by Milt. That retires the side. Braves tie it. They get a run, 2 hits, no errors, leave 1. We go to the 8th. We're tied at 4-4.
Come see castles and knights. Explore legends, be bold. Conquer dragons. Cross country, hear tales being told. adventures waiting, there's no time to waste. Come see, come conquer, there's only one place. Loris Gardens, a nearby faraway place. Loris Gardens, Williamsburg, come see, conquer.
When you move into a new house, little things are going to come up. Unexpected things. Things the previous owner forgot to mention. So to make your new house a home, turn to the book with more choices. It can even help if you want to get out of the house for a while. Bet your Bella, Pennsylvania Yellow Pages. 9 out of 10 use it. No other book can match it. A Bella Atlantic Company.
Look at the Chevy CK 1500. Then look at the competition. CK has a refined, independent front suspension. Ford's goes back to the days of LBJ. CK gives you 24-hour roadside assistance. Try getting that with the Dodge Ram 150. Wondering whether Toyota T100 has a V8 like we do? Maybe that's why the competition doesn't even show up. Because nothing compares to a Chevy pickup. That's why your local Chevy Geo dealers are really kicking tailgate.
Today's Phillies game on PHL 17 is brought to you in part by AT&T, because you're not the same as anybody else. There's the I-Plan. By the Pennsylvania Lottery. Lottery proceeds benefit older Pennsylvanians. And by Bell Atlantic Mobile, advanced technology and people who make it mean something. Mariano Duncan leads off for the Phils. Dunks 2 out of 3. He's doubled, struck out, and singled, facing McMichael, who delivers low. Juan Bell has moved into the on-deck circle to bat for Danny Jackson. Right there for a strike, 1-1.
And a dogfight down here in Atlanta. Brand new ball game.
There's that changeup, and as a base hit to right field. Carrasco, playing him over that way, is able to hold him to a single. These Braves playing the Phillies to the opposite field. Almost every hitter.
Duncan's third hit in the ball game. That was the palm ball that he throws, and Duncan took it past first. Here's a play that Milt Thompson made, and he threw a strike to Dalton. Dalton had plenty of time here to get set for the charge. Carrasco
going all the way.
Yeah, going all the way. He was waved in all the way.
Here's Juan Bell, and he's around a bunt, gets it down nicely. Bream will have to take the out at first. Sacrifice good by the pinch hitter Bell. Goes Bream to Lemke, moving Duncan to second base and bringing up Lenny Dykstra. Lenny is 2 out of 4. He's doubled, struck out, flied out, and singled. Mariano Duncan at second base. One down here in the 8th. Mark Davis is up in the bullpen. He'll be the Phillies' new pitcher in the bottom half of this inning. High pop-up behind third base. Blauser, the shortstop, is there. Makes the grab. Nice crowd, 2 down. It'll bring up Mickey Morandini. Morandini's grounded out, struck out, flied out, and walked. On the inside corner at the knees, 0-1. Missing wide, 1 ball and 1 strike. That pound ball fooled him with it. 1 ball and 2 strikes. That's just foul down the third base side. Still 1-2 to Morandini. Mariano Duncan, the runner at second base with 2 outs. A 4-4 ball game here in the 8th inning. A bit high. 2-2.
McCray tried to throw a fastball by Morandini in that previous pitch. Almost slapped it inside the bag. Don't think he'll try the fastball again.
Line drive hit to right center field. Here comes Duncan. Mariano scores as he spills Barry Hill, and on the throw, Morandini goes to second. Phillies lead it 5-4. Just the 5th RBI for Morandini, but a big one.
I saw Barry Hill try to sit on the plate to stop Duncan. It's amazing that, you know, there's a rule where you're not supposed to be able to interfere
unless you have the ball
with a base runner. That's right, if you don't have the ball. And we see catchers do it all. This fella has a good arm.
Boy, he does.
In right field too. He looks like a pretty good ball player. Duncan got under Barry Hill, so they're going to walk Crucker.
Looked like they didn't have a shot at all of any play at the plate, but he made a strong throw. John Kruk will get the intentional walk. They'll take their chances with Dave Hollins batting left-handed. Hollins a better hitter right-handed than left. And Kruk has 2 hits and 3 at-bats today. This will put 2 men on base for Hollins, and the Phillies have taken a 5-4 lead here in the 8th inning.
Hollins got a big double hitting right-handed his last time up.
Hollins 1 for 3 with that double and a run batted in. Two men on base, 2 outs here in the 8th. On the inside corner for a called strike. Hollins' tires are waiting. One ball and 1 strike to Dave Hollins. Morandini at second. John Kruk at first with 2 outs and a run in. that pound ball. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
He'll get
it. He's 1-1, lost 1, no saves, 5.27 ERA, 13 2/3 innings of work, 13 hits and 8 earned runs, 11 strikeouts, and a lot of walks. 13 walks, facing Terry Pendleton here. Davis will try to get through this 8th inning. There's a fly ball into left center field, fairly deep, but Dykstra's there, and that's 1 down on 1 pitch. It'll bring up Ron Gant. Gant's walked, and twice he is grounded out. Bills 5 runs, 10 hits, 1 error. Braves 4 runs, 6 hits, and no errors. Curveball. Just missed. Fastball popped him up. In the infield, Kruk down with his sunglasses. In foul ground, makes the grab for out number 2. 2 quick outs for Mark Davis. It'll bring up Sid Bream. Bream's batting for the first time, hitting at .260. 3 homers. He's knocked in 13. Two outs, no base runners here in the bottom of the 8th. Bill Pacoda has moved into the on-deck circle. He would bat for the pitcher if Bream reaches. 1 strike to Sid Bream.
Pacoda doubled in the winning runs yesterday.
Bit high, 1 ball and 1 strike. Jay Howell is up in the Braves bullpen. He's warming up as though he's coming on in the 9th, regardless of what Bream does. Just missing. Two balls and a strike. One foul. Home run distance. Now, not quite home run distance. Maybe. Foul. It's 2-2.
And Bream was set for a fastball and got one. It wasn't a strike. It was up and in. That's probably why he pulled it foul. About the only place you could hit a ball that far inside.
2 balls and 2 strikes to Sid Bream. He committed. Dalton makes the throw to first, and that'll retire the side. A strikeout in a 1-2-3 inning for Mark Davis. No runs, hits, errors, and none left. We go to the 9th. Bills lead 5-4.
The Bud Light Spotlight is rolling back into New Jersey, and that means you could be the star of a Bud Light commercial.
You guys need me in your commercial. I'm Hollywood material. Ain't that right, baby?
I love my Bud Light. I love it.
Bud Light. Bud Light.
Just look for the Bud Light Magic Truck and the Bud Light Film Crew.
What would I do to be in a Bud Light commercial?
And get ready to see your name in lights.
7 big games are coming up. First, the Expos. Thursday, May 20th. Friday, May 21st. Instant vacation night, Saturday, May 22nd. And Sunday afternoon, May 23rd, when all kids 14 and under get a free equipment bag. Then it's the Mets. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, May 24th, 25th, and 26th, all at 7:35. Call 463-1000.
When people see the classic styling of the new Pontiac Bonneville, they sometimes worry about how much it could cost. When they see that Consumer's Digest and the car book call Bonneville a best buy, they think it must be pretty pricey. When we tell them the Bonneville comes standard with a driver's side airbag and anti-lock brakes, they get anxious about monthly payments. But when they see that the Bonneville is just $329 a month for 3 years with 3.9% financing, they stop worrying about how much it might cost and enjoy how little it actually does cost.
Travel arranged through U.S. Air, offering 3 daily nonstops to Los Angeles. To the West Coast, everything we do, U.S. Air begins with you.
After 8 innings of play, it's the Phillies 5 and Atlanta 4. Tomorrow at 6:30, when the Bundys spend the night in Al's shoe store, Kelly must find a way to sneak out on Married with Children, only on PHL 17. Jay Howell will be the new pitcher for Atlanta. This will be his 14th game. He's won 1, lost 2, a 3.68 ERA. 14 2/3 innings he's pitched, 14 hits and 6 earned runs. 5 strikeouts and 3 walks. Howell, the 37-year-old veteran, coming back home. He's from nearby Cumming, Georgia. After spending his career with Cincinnati, the Cubs, Yankees, Oakland, in the last several years with Los Angeles. Darren Daulton will be the first one to face him. Daulton has struck out, grounded out, doubled, and been intentionally walked. Daulton lifetime 3 for 8 against Howell, including a homer. Started him with a curveball high for a ball, 1-0. Bills lead it 5-4. 1 ball and 1 strike to Daulton. Wild thing, Mitch Williams starting to throw in the Phillies bullpen. He'll come on in the bottom half of this inning. Grounder foul down the first base side. 1 ball and 2 strikes. One and 2 to Darren Daulton. Curveball, missed with it. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
That's Howell's best pitch. His curveball. It's a big one, a big looper.
Another breaking ball, missing, a full count.
Had a few full counts in this game.
Daulton slams it to center. Nixon there, though, makes the catch. So Daulton's now 1 down, and that'll bring up Pete Incaviglia. Incaviglia came in as a pinch hitter and stayed in the game. Hit a sacrifice fly to drive in a run.
Daulton a 3-2 curve, and that smoked it, but Nixon able to catch up to it.
Breaking ball. The appeal going down to the rookie Rich Rieker, who says he swung. No balls and 1 strike. This with another breaking ball, 1-1. Ball on the strike to Incaviglia. High fly ball into deep right center, but Nixon there, right at the rim of the warning track. That's 2 down, and it will bring up Milt Thompson. Thompson's walk line to center, grounded out, and was robbed of extra bases on a great catch by Tony Tarasco. Milt has thrown 2 runners out at the plate today. Runner ball over for a strike. He pops him up, foul and playable. Pendleton there. A 1-2-3 inning for Howell here in the ninth. We go to the bottom half of the ninth inning. Mitch Williams time. Phil's lead by a score of 5-4.
Burt Reynolds for Quaker State.
The big Q stands for quality. Always has, always will. You know, when it comes to protecting against friction, nothing beats Quaker State. When it comes to protecting against viscosity breakdown, nothing beats Quaker State. When it comes to keeping engines clean, nothing beats Quaker State. Take it from me, for unbeatable protection, nothing beats Quaker State. It's one tough motor oil.
A new look Ranger is now at your Quality Plus Ford dealer.
No other truck is built for tough.
Ford Ranger, the #1 compact pickup for 6 straight years, has a slick new look inside and out. No wonder Ranger is 93 compact pickup of the year.
It'll set you free.
The hottest new look Ranger Splash just got in town. Hurry, lease a well-equipped 93 Ford Ranger for just $199 per month for 24 months. Now at your Quality Plus Ford dealer.
You better hit the ground running in a new Ford truck. Hey.
I've had it with department stores.
Followed by Mark Lemke, and then Tony Tarasco scheduled to hit. 1 strike to Pacoda.
Mets have tied Montreal in the ninth. Still batting.
A little bit high, 1-1. 1 ball and 1 strike to Bill Pacoda. Fouls it down the first base side. Kruk a long run. Great play by the Krucker. Well, I'll tell you, there aren't too many first basemen as good on foul. Lemke's a good lifetime hitter against Mitch Williams, 3 for 6. 1 strike to him.
He's a pesky little ball player, Lemke. He's pretty good from both sides of the plate. Excellent fielder.
1-1. Field. Lemke will hold out at first base. So he is a 1-out base runner, and Tony Tarasco. Big hack, no contact. 1-1 to Tony. Just missed. 1 ball and no strikes. John Vukovich, Johnny Padres, and Jim Fregosi anxiously looking on here. 1-1. Bobby Cox from the other dugout. One ball and 1 strike to Damon Berryhill. Ball and 2 strikes to Berryhill. Otis Nixon is due up next. Two men on base with 1 out. High fly ball into right field, not deep. Incaviglia coming on. Makes the grab. That's out number 2. So 2 down here in the 9th inning. It will bring up Otis Nixon. Nixon's grounded out, doubled, walked, and hit a sacrifice fly. He's 1 for 5 lifetime against the Wild Thing. Dickey at second, Tarasco at first with 2 down here in the bottom of the 9th. He taps a foul off to the left of the plate. 0-1 to Otis Nixon. Just the tad wide. 1 ball and 1 strike. Fouls it back up over our heads. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Otis Nixon. Ooh. Just missing with a backdoor breaking ball. That was close. 2-2.
Had to be a little high. There it is.
Struck him out. Otis Nixon called out on strikes. Wild Thing with his 14th save. They'll salvage one here at Fulton County Stadium, winning by a score of 5-4. For the Braves in the 9th, no runs, 2 hits, no errors.
The chicken that grew. Wanted a man who would kill for her.
We're gonna be rich.
I'd like to make 2 points in this Avis commercial.
This is $20,000. This is also $20,000. You'd take care of this, wouldn't you? You should take care of your car just as carefully. Bring it to Jiffy Lube, the only place with the experience of servicing 68 million cars. Considering that your car is worth thousands of dollars, experience counts.
We got experience at Jiffy Lube.
The time has come. The genuine article is on sale. Chrysler's National Minivan Sale. Visit the minivan store at your Chrysler Plymouth dealer for up to $2,600 in total savings on America's favorite minivans. Plymouth Voyager, Grand Voyager, Chrysler Town & Country. Save on quad seating, anti-lock brakes, and integrated child safety seats. The genuine article is on sale for a limited time only during Chrysler's National Minivan Sale. Only at the minivan store.
Introducing KFC hickory-flavored wings. Tender fried wing pieces brushed with a hickory mesquite-flavored sauce. A taste enjoyed by great outdoorsmen. And not so great.
Here's a great deal from KFC. For just $9.99, get 8 hickory wings, 4 pieces of original recipe, and 4 pieces of extra tasty crispy chicken. The KFC Variety Bucket, just $9.99, right now at KFC.
We are KFC. We do chicken right.
Make a note to make history when the Colorado Rockies come to town for the first time. Friday, June 4th, Saturday, June 5th, and get a big beach towel free 1:35 Sunday afternoon, June 6th. Then it's the Astros, June 7th, 8th, and 9th. Order your tickets in advance. Call 463-1000.
Mickey Morandini's 2-out RBI single in the 8th, winning it for the Phils 5-4. For the winning Phils, 5 runs, 10 hits, 1 error. Phillies left 11. Braves had 4 runs, 8 hits, no errors, leaving 6. Danny Jackson, the winner, 4-1. Greg McMichael lost at 1-2. Mitch Williams, his 14th save. And for the Wild Thing save, Sunoco and your local Sunoco dealers will donate $100 to the Byrne Foundation in the name of Mitch Williams. Our next telecast here on the Phil's Television Network tomorrow night from Joe Robbie Stadium in Miami. We'll be on the air at 7:30. Ben Rivera against Charlie Huff, the first of a 3-game series with the expansion Miami Marlins. Check your local listings for the games carried in your area. Phillies salvage one here at Fulton County Stadium, hanging on to win this one by a score of 5-4. Jackson the win, Mitch Williams the save, Mickey Morandini game-winning hit. For Rich Ashburn and Chris Wheeler and Andy Musser, Harry Callis saying thanks a lot for watching. Talk to you from Florida tomorrow night on this, the Phillies Television Network.
The Phillies and the Atlanta Braves has been brought to you by Budweiser. Fresh, pure, natural, proud to be your Bud. By the Bell of Pennsylvania Yellow Pages. No other book can match it. A Bell Atlantic company. By Mellon PSFS, the official bank of the Phillies. And by Independence Blue Cross and Pennsylvania Blue Shield. Carry us for life.